First and foremost, I want to give all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Wadash, and double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops as well, especially in Connecticut or of Connecticut. And salutes to all of the brethren that's preaching this word, this gospel worldwide. And it's your brother Laban. And I just want to chime on in with this video right here, man. I find this to be quite interesting. I watched it from the elder apostle Tahar's side. And so, I want to speak on this, man. I want to give my take on this video based on what I see about this individual here that's speaking, because this is diabolical. I mean, what he said and the way he twisted the interpretation of what is considered the image of the beast. He's saying it's referring to an AI infused robot, as the brother entitled, right? The image isn't a AI infused robot. So, I mean, if you don't believe in the Heavenly Father the way that we do, if you don't have this wisdom and this understanding, you're going to be swayed into believing that the mark of the beast or the image is what he says it is, because the way he misinterpreted it, again, was diabolical. All right. And you got to think to yourself, man, these pastors that speak on a major level, something is driving them, and it isn't themselves. It's a demon that's driving them to deceive. It's like the minute they jump on that pulpit, the spirit of the devil just jumps on them. And they start running their mouths, and before you know it, now you got a large amount of people that's deceived in believing that this or that is such and such because of how they spoke, So anyway, let me read this over here, man. Let me begin it by reading this over here. Mark 13 and verse 5. And as this reads here, and Yahweh shall answer them, begin to say, take heed lest any man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. So you have many pastors that will say that they're coming in the name of who they declare Jesus the Christ, and declaring themselves at the same time false anointed ones, right? Because to be an anointed priest, meaning you're now given the position to tell people what they need to be told. All right, or to prophesy even. Okay, just as well as what was written in the book of Isaiah 61, which Yahweh Shai proclaimed that earlier during his ministry when he was in the temple. All right, so when you're anointed, you're now able to preach to people. You're able to be a priest, and or as well as to preach to people, right? So these people, they're declared anointed to preach, but where are they getting their influences from? Oh yeah, they're influenced by the money, of course, but why is that? Because the spiritual demon Shaitan, the left-hand side of the Lord, has allowed them to be influenced by the money just so that they can do the devil's work. All right? And that's what this dude is doing. He's doing the devil's work. Time will come, and the time is right around the corner. It could be 6 months from now. Because you know what I was thinking right now? I said that originally my guess estimate is 27, which that would be the year we'll be out of here, that they make mandatory the chip, right? But you know what they could do? They could do that in the span of 6 months, because we're in a time where things happen fast. All Esau got to do is come with a crazy high degree of a psychological operation to literally knock people off their feet, and I mean that figuratively, to get to that point where the chip is made mandatory. That's basically all you really need to see, is a great deal of a psychological operation that can literally graduate us quickly to that agenda. All right. Things happen quick. Things can happen real swiftly, just like what happened during the time of the COVID era. Things happen swiftly. Swiftly, people were told to line up 6 meters away and told to get the you know what. And that's exactly what happened. It was swift. Okay, so like I said, the devil has their agents out there before that time comes so that people can have mixed emotions about what the mark of the beast is, and as well as what the image is. All right. That's what this is all about, as I see it to be anyway. And I want to read this again. And Yahushua answered them, begin to say, take heed lest any man deceive you. And the thing with the elect, which the apostles were, not the apostles, but rather yet the disciples were, as it is written that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect, wrought these miracles, because you had men back then that were working miracles and as well as deceiving people. And the same thing is happening right now in this generation. There's no new thing under the sun saying that it is new. It have already happened of old time. All right. So if you got pastors that are working these miracles and having people healed and saying the things that they're saying, you had that back then. Okay. To deceive people. And if you're deceived, that's really because the Lord ain't dealing with you. The Lord didn't grant his wisdom and his understanding to you. He didn't quicken you. So he made you dead to his world and rather alive in this world instead. So anything that happens in this world, you're going to go right along with it and believe it, because that's where you are currently. Spiritually, you're in the world. But see, us, we were quickened alive to go beyond this world and to see that Yahushua is the way, the truth, and the life, and that he's going to establish a better world than the world that we now are witnessing. Okay, so we look unto Yahushua, the author and the finisher of our faith. He is our real world. This world that we have here physically, that we can see materially or physically, isn't the real world to us. All right, we're from beyond. These people are from beneath, as well as Yahushua said, ye are from beneath, I am from above. 2 Timothy 3 and verse 12, yea, and all that will live godly in the anointed Yahushua shall suffer persecution. So like, I didn't mean to read that. What I meant to read is this over here. 2 Timothy 3 and verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Absolutely. So if you're an evil man, you will be deceived by the devil. As well as the devil is evil, you will be deceived by him, because you're the same, just like him. All right. But if you're righteous, as well as Yahushua was, then you will be deceived by doing the right thing, as well as that's written in the scriptures, that in the book of Job, chapter 12, with him is all power and knowledge, if I'm correct, to the deceived and the deceiver are his. So we're all being deceived by following something. All right. Or someone. And we over here were being deceived in doing the right thing. And the thing that influences us to be deceived in doing the right thing is the Holy Spirit. Beginning with this knowledge and this understanding, which is our wisdom, which defends us from the influences of this world. Whether it be the lies that are being spoken, or whether it also be spirits. All right. Yeah. So let me read into this word over here. Diabolical. The characteristics of the devil are so evil as to be suggestive of the devil. Right. So that's it. And the word diabolical goes back to the Greek word what? Diablo. Just to mention. So this is from the word of not the word, but the book of 1 Kings. Chapter 2, because this Negro here, this word right here fits him to the 10th degree. I mean, it fits him completely. All right. This dude is diabolical, man. And it's not him. Again, it's the spirit of the devil that's driving him to say what he's saying in the way that he was dropping that false interpretation. All right. And what the image of the beast is, which the image of the beast is the world order that Esau wants to establish, the new world order. All right. So now let's read this as well. This is 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 22. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And this was the king of Ahab at the time, right? And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also, and go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord have spoken evil concerning thee. So that's all I'm going to read right there, because in the heavens, there's councils that's being had. All right, you have the angels on the right and you have the demons on the left hand side. So what do you think's happening right now? Why is it that you have these false pastors doing as they may, and they're driven? They know consciously that what they're doing is totally wrong, but they're doing it anyway because there's something else that's driving them to do it. Lying spirits is what it is what's driving them to do what they're doing. All right, and beguiling the simple, the ones that don't know any better. All right. So there's a lot of activity going on out here, man. And I mean, yeah, we see what's going on materialistically, but spiritually is where everything's happening at. All right. The unseen world is manipulating the world that we do see. And that's why we got to engage our spirits with Yahweh Shai, so that we can be protected. And more so, what protects us is this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding. So we don't get caught off guard. 1 Timothy 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. That's it. So if you're not grounded in this truth, as well as the Apostle Paul mentioned, right, that we ought to be rooted up in him, and as well as it is mentioned in the book of, Matthew 13, if you weren't sowed in good ground, then guess what? You're going to be plucked up from the ground of this truth. And then you're going to be led to, other diversions of what you claim to be true. And then you're going to be led into being diverse from what you once known. All right. Those spirits are going to diverse you to something other than what you first believed in. Okay. And so as this reads, speaking lies and hypocrisy. And that's what this guy's doing. This guy is speaking lies. All right. Well, actually, this is referring to the false prophets that were once in the know. So I can't really apply that to that guy, because I mean, we don't know. Maybe that guy was never in the truth to begin with, But you have men that used to be down for the truth, and now all of a sudden, they've had a change of heart, now speaking lies for whatever reason. Okay. Yeah. And I think that's it right there. That's all I got to say with this video here, man. Yeah. I want to read this as well. This is first. What is it? I said first. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9, man. My head is going too quick. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Right. So what you had here is what's happening right now. You have councils that are being had between the demons and the angels and the Most High. Right. What's going to be done with this guy and that guy? Okay. Which really, they're all angels. You have angels on the right hand side and you have angels on the left hand side, which you can consider those to be demons. So yeah, that's all I got to say, man, dealing with this individual over here. This guy is being influenced by a demon, a devil. So that's all I got to say with this. I want to give all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and to include the elder bishops as well, and Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakatham, as we all believe that we're of the 144,000, and is your brother Laban, and as well as to those that follow whom is the 1/3. And I'm out. Shalom.